Hey you guys, before I got into the video, I just wanted to talk briefly about my new ebook, Zodiac Signs Sex Language. Whether you're looking to improve your sex life and your dating life, or if you're just looking to expand your knowledge about astrology, this is definitely the right book for you. This book is meant to help you improve your sex life, your dating life, and your love life, your relationships, and to spice it up in the bedroom if need be, or to just once again help you learn more about astrology. So if you're interested in any of these things, if you're interested in learning about the different love languages and the different sex languages of the zodiac signs, definitely look into getting this book, Zodiac Signs Sex Language, written by me, edited by me, and designed by me, Lamarr Townsend. So you can purchase this ebook on my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com, or you can purchase it on Amazon, on the Amazon Kindle ebook store, all right? Or just amazon.com. All right, into the video we go. Thank you for listening and watching. Gay astrology. Now, yes, it's true that love is love. It doesn't matter if you are black, white, or beige. If you love the same sex or the opposite sex, astrology is astrology, right? Love is love. So, but there is a distinct difference between gay astrology and regular astrology, or non-gay astrology, and the differences basically are the fact that gay astrology revolves around same-sex relationships, and non-gay astrology typically revolves around heterosexual relationships, or non-gay or non-LGBTQ oriented relationships, right? So typically with non-gay astrology, it's a opposite gender dynamic, male female, you know what I'm saying? But with gay astrology, it's the same gender, male, female, right? So that's actually a big distinct difference. It's a small difference in the grand scheme of things, but it's a big distinct difference that kind of shifts things a little bit if you think of it in that way. So with that, the relationship dynamics completely switched and kind of tilted on its head in a way, so to speak, because so much of astrology tends to revolve around non-gay relationship dynamics. Gay astrology and the need for voices for gay astrology, and spaces for gay people who value astrology, is very important. Now, yes, astrology is astrology at the end of the day, but it's nice to have a specific perspective of astrology, or it's nice to learn astrology from someone who has the same specific perspective that you do. So for example, if you're a woman, maybe you tend to like women astrologers. If you are of a certain, religious, belief, maybe you believe in certain astrologers that have their own religious belief factors. I don't know, but there's basically a need for gay astrology out there, but this is why there's such a need for gay astrology, is because, the relationship dynamics of gay people is so specific, and so while we're open, it's 2017, there's still not a lot of voices out there for us. So what is the specific dynamics of gay astrology? We've defined what it is, okay, what about it? Well, typically, of course it depends on the element. Fire tends to go best well with fire. Fire men and fire women tend to go best with other, fire women tend to go best with fire women. Fire men tend to go best with fire men, or air and fire, or fire goes with air, firemen go with air men, air women go with fire women. earth and water, earth men, water men, you know, vice versa. Like, you get it. Like, earth females, water females. Like, they tend to make the best matches. I will say that sometimes the earth signs and the air signs tend to get along really well on a mental level, on an intellectual level. If not as as just friends, sometimes they can make good partners, good relationships. That's typically what I find. You know, no relationship dynamic is the same, especially in a gay relationship, but often gay men tend to be more emotionally in tune with themselves, no matter what their zodiac sign is, but specifically if they're a water sign, especially fire signs, or earth, you know, they tend to be super duper, like, into their emotions, or even air, like, they tend to be very emotional, sensitive types of people. But, you know, there's a distinct difference. Someone who's a sensitive and emotional, who's air, may not be as emotional as someone who is water, you know? Females, now it's different, you know, some females are sensitive, some females are more not so sensitive, you know what I'm saying? More kind of mental, more stronger in terms of their emotions. So I find that earth signs, in terms of females, tend to be very, like, strong, headstrong, like, you know, like, emotionally strong. Fire signs especially. Air signs and water signs, it's interesting because it's like flip-flop with, like, females, I find, you know, a lot of times, like, you know, lesbian females. Don't get it twisted though, a lot of males, you know, there are some really, like, emotionally headstrong males. The fire signs tend to be that way. Gay men, fire signs, and the earth fire signs tend to be that way. Now, of course, the fire signs and the air signs, the fire signs and the air signs tend to be a little bit flighty and less consistent, less kind of reliable, especially if they're just dating casually, like, you know, and they don't really like you like that. Like, these are the types of men who are more likely, you know, Aries, Sag, Leo, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, who are more likely to kind of ghost, so to speak, on you. Also could be in terms of females too. The water signs and the earth signs, in terms of male and female gay men and women, tend to be just more kind of aloof and detached and unavailable. So often you'll find, you know, difficulties with these types of men and women, you know, a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, men and women. You'll find that, you know, a lot of issues with these is that, oh, they don't like to commit. Oh, you know, they're boring. Sometimes they're just detached. They're hard to reach. They're hard to read. A lot of the times, the earth signs and the water signs, because they're so good at reading other people. Typically, you know, that they're really good at poker faces. So, but nonetheless, ego. Also have to take into account ego. The fire signs tend to have the biggest egos of the men. I also find that the earth signs tend to have big egos. So, you know, the fire signs, Aries, Sag, Leo. The earth signs, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Sometimes Scorpios can have quite big egos. You know, actually the water signs can sometimes surprise you and have big egos too. In terms of the lesbian females, definitely the fire. Okay, Aries, Sag, Leo. Quite surprisingly, sometimes the air, alright, can be, you know, sometimes the air signs, in terms of lesbian females, can be a little bit egotistical too, alright. Earth signs can be that way in terms of lesbian females, but they're more low key. They're very low key, the earth sign females. And water signs tend to be low key as well. Just don't push them to the edge. Don't push them close to the edge, okay? Because they will typically come back swinging, okay? In terms of who makes the best partners, you know, the most devoted partners in terms of men, I find, tend to be earth signs and water signs. Fire signs can definitely be very devoted. and air signs, but it really depends. Air signs tend to be very social, so they need a partner typically who's very social or very intelligent, someone who is kind of in their niche, like someone who fits with them, you know what I'm saying? Like, whereas the earth signs and maybe the water signs tend to be more chill, laid back, like, so once again, fire, air, earth, water. In terms of lesbian females, it's interesting because I will often find fire and water with lesbian females, or like air and earth. Like, it's the dynamics are different. I think it's because women maybe tend to be a little bit more emotional than men. Men tend to be more like carnal, I guess. Like, sex is very important to men. Of course, sex is important to everyone, but it's like, in a man's mind, okay, let's have sex and then let's see if we're compatible. Whereas in a woman's mind, a lot of times it's, let's see if we're compatible first and then let's have sex. So, it's like backwards sometimes in that way when it comes to both of them. But that's typically why you'll see the dynamics be so differently. A lot of times, like, if you see those types of dynamics with gay men, like if you see air and earth together, or if you see water and fire together, typically, like, it's a strong relationship. Like, sex isn't typically like the basis of it. It may be, but it's stronger than just that, So, but that's not, of course, for all signs, but, that's just something I've noticed, like the most odd of elements paired together, typically have just a very strong foundation within their relationship, or they just have, like, other compatible placements in their chart, right? And that's what it all boils down to, is someone's specific, like, chart, you know what I'm saying? I actually have a book called The Zodiac Signs Sex Language, and I talk a lot about this in my ebook, where it's a lot about someone's actual totality, like entire chart, entire birth chart or natal chart, and the compatibility of you and their chart put together, that makes, like, the difference, that makes the complexities of the compatibility between the two of you that much more understandable and discernible, therefore, because you understand it. Oh, this is why you act like that, this is why I act like that, this is why we don't get along in this way, because you are more likely to, this is your sex language, this is my sex language. Oh, but then my moon sign is here and your moon sign's here, so this is your inner self. Like, it's a really good book. So it's called Zodiac Signs Sex Language. You can purchase it on my website, Lamarr, townsendtarot.com. You can also purchase it on Amazon.com or Amazon Kindle, the ebook store. So I would love it if you would check it out on Amazon or on my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. Once again, Zodiac Signs Sex Language. And this is kind of a breakdown of gay astrology and the interesting dynamics of gay astrology and the little nuances of it. Also, I talk a lot about, gay astrology in my book, The Zodiac Signs Sex Language. So if you're looking to improve your dating life, if you're looking to improve your sex life in any way, or if you're just looking to expand your knowledge about astrology, definitely buy my ebook, Zodiac Signs Sex Language, on Amazon.com or on my website. If you would like a birth chart reading or a natal chart reading from me, a love compatibility birth chart reading or natal chart reading from me, or a tarot reading from me, once again, check out my website, Lamarr Townsend Tarot. All the information will be linked there, including personal reading testimonials, okay, from people who have already gotten readings from me. And I appreciate you guys so much. Namaste. Love and light until the next video. Of course, if you aren't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, okay? And follow me on my social media, Facebook.com/Lamarr Townsend Official, Instagram @Lamarr Townsend, okay? Namaste. See you in the next video, alright? Of course, hit the bell next to the subscribe button so that you get a notification when I upload a new video as well. Alright? Peace out. Hey guys, thank you for listening and watching. Please hit the like button, share with your friends and your family, and also please subscribe, of course. And if you're interested in my ebook, check out my ebook. Purchase it on my website or on Amazon. I would also love it if you would follow me on my social media, Facebook and Instagram. Until next time, thank you guys for listening and watching, and I'll catch you in the next video, alright?